You know, people say spiritual, and it kind of glibly rolls off the tongue and has become a cultural habit for people to use the word spiritual to replace the word religion. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual if I read certain kinds of books. I'm spiritual if I, know what quinoa is and put that on my salad. I'm spiritual if I understand that if I put a bigger tip in the karma jar at the coffee shop, I'm a spiritual person. I always tip well. Spiritual this, spiritual that. You even see T-shirts. I'm a spiritual gangster. Actually, the word has lost some of its meaning because of this. And so let's come back to what the meaning of the word spiritual is. Spirit literally means essence. It means the naked essence of a thing is the spirit of a thing, whatever that is. What are you, the experiencer, minus all the thoughts? If you were able to stay conscious and have no thoughts at all, that would be spirit. Spirit means your essence, your nature, minus all of the impurities. What are the impurities in this case? Things that are not pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is spirit. And so then, unadulterated by thinking, that deep inner state of being is spirit. We're having a spiritual experience if we're experiencing that layer of us, that deep inner silence, that state of being which lies beyond thought. We're having a spiritual experience only if we're actually experiencing that. Eating a particular kind of organic cereal is not a spiritual experience. It may be a product of somebody who has good intentions, but a genuine spiritual experience is that experience of absolute being, awakening that inside oneself. So when we talk about spiritual enlightenment, what we really mean is the awakening of that state, not just as a temporary phenomenon during meditation practice, but when that state is so awakened, so stabilized, that when we come out with our eyes open, and this will be after some years of practice, that inner quiet place, that quiet state of being has become so stable that we're no longer having to alternate back and forth into that state in meditation, coming out of the state enriched by it, but coming out of it into regular waking state after meditation. That alternating back and forth has come to an end. The inner layer of pure being now has become a stabilized feature of one's inner sense of what I am. And so then that spirituality means my essence is being experienced along with all other things that I'm experiencing. And it's that essence of pure baseline happiness that gives us the capacity to be a very good person. What does that mean, being a good person? Let's analyze that for a moment. It's not happy people who rob banks. It's not happy people who become terrorists. The happy terrorist is never really the title of a book. It's not happy people who beat their spouses. These are all grossly unhappy people. And from this analysis, it should be very clear to us that what's fundamentally lacking in the world is that experience of baseline happiness. This is the area of life where our society as a collective is bankrupt. We can't have individuals who are expected to have ideal behaviors if their baseline happiness levels are completely anorectic. We have to have true happiness, and the kind of happiness that lasts and which makes itself tangible in every kind of experience, every kind of choice. Having baseline happiness removes desperation. Instead of I am desperate to become happy by, I'll get a drop of happiness from there, I'll get another drop of happiness from there, and these are all bits of happiness that don't last very long. And like someone who's desperately trying to slake their thirst, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that, and I'm so desperate to accumulate happiness, I'm willing to cross the boundary of other people's interests. I'm willing to cross the boundaries and violate laws of nature in order to become happy, this creates a mess for everybody. Desperation. So to remove desperation, we have to have that experience of that deep inner supreme contentedness. Awaken that baseline and then live life to the fullest with that baseline present. I take my fulfillment on an excursion into daily life. I take my fulfillment to meet the need of the time. I take my fulfillment into every proposition, every action, every achievement, every kind of thinking. I take my fulfillment with me into every sort of relative experience. And through this, we become ideal citizens.